On King William Street South, there is a South Australian retail institution. Trims, of course. G'day, I'm Keith Conlon, and on behalf of 5AA, I'm here to help celebrate their 75th birthday. That is worth celebrating, isn't it? So we thought we would delve into their past, some staff stories, the unofficial history. Now look, I just want you to look there and give your full name, rank and serial number.
Jean Baker.
You don't remember what you do.
And I do the purchasing at Trims.
The purchasing involves, if I pointed that shirt over there.
Oh yes, all of it.
What number? What's the number?
07690 or something like that, you know.
So you do, you know it, don't
you?
But that's not how you started, not punching numbers into computers, because you didn't have computers. How long have you been here, Jane?
26 years.
Right, that's definitely pre-computer.
Yeah, that is, yes.
Now, how did you get in the job? How did you start?
Applied for a job that was advertised for doing the cross lotto.
The cross? Did you have a cross lotto in here?
We did, yes.
Okay.
For a couple of years, and yeah.
Now, I understand things have changed a bit. You don't have the bubbly on a Friday arvo anymore?
No, not anymore. No, that's been banned.
What used to happen?
Oh, Friday afternoons, we thought we deserved a drink. We used to work very hard in those days. We still do.
Of course.
And yeah, so the boss thought we could go a drink and have a glass of champagne or beer in the afternoon.
So if I was a customer, did I get one?
Oh, sometimes if we had a little bit left over, yeah.
So every Friday?
Yeah, mostly on a Friday afternoon.
I bet Alfie Tremmy would have been in it.
He started it, I think.
he was one of the original twins who started.
Yeah, that's true.
Started Trims. Name, rank, serial number.
Like the whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Kylie McLeod. What am I? Supervisor / R.M. Williams buyer.
R.M. Williams. Goes with Trims.
It does. 80 years for R.M. Williams this year. 75 for Trims.
And they reckon that this is pretty unique in Australia.
I think it's the largest concept. I'm not totally sure.
I think it's the first concept store
I think it's
too.
the first and would be one of the largest.
Yeah.
And the cheapest.
Of course, it's
best value, I should say. 20% off all the time.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I'll have this jumping right now. Thanks very much.
Australian made, yes.
Now, Kylie, this corner means that you were in. I remember Alfie Trim.
Yes.
One of the founders. He used to be over there occasionally.
His chair's still over there.
Really?
We trip over it still.
So that meant that you're in touch with the origins and with the characters.
That's right. Yes. Old Alfie and Loretta. He was his sidekick for 40 years.
So 40 years of customers would remember Loretta.
They would.
Who are they? If they can't remember the name, what are we looking for?
For Loretta, they say sometimes a grumpy older blonde lady.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes she's a bit firm, but good.
Oh, firm with the customers.
Yeah. Get in there and take your pants off, she'd say. Maybe your underwear.
And she was selling you a shirt at the time.
Well, yeah, could be sometimes. Yeah, they'd come and just drop their dads. Yeah.
Not out here.
Yes, well, trousers.
Right.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
underwear.
No.
Yeah.
Now what about?
Bossy, but good.
And what about Alfie Trim, the man himself?
He was good. Good, very kind, and a bit of a character.
Yes, come on, keep going.
Used to have his pie out the back and get a bit on his, suit, get a sauce.
Right.
But his wife didn't like him having them, so it was kind of a sneak off.
A little bit of a.
She called,
So there was a secret pie out the back.
We'd go and get, he's supposed to have a sandwich and beer pie.
What else have you heard about the 75 years?
Did I mention the chastity belts sold?
The what?
Chastity belt.
Go on.
There was a chastity belt just above the counter with the jewellery. Suit of armour, false teeth apparently.
You sold false teeth?
I didn't, I was after that, sorry.
Yeah. Were these second-hand false teeth?
Apparently from the people that have passed away, they used to just rinse them out and try them on in a bowl of water.
They should bring that back,
They should, I'm glad I missed that.
Now just, if you wouldn't mind just telling the people your name, rank and what the hell you do here.
Okay, my name's Peter Thompson and I'm the Operations and Marketing Manager.
Impressive.
And it's a good title, isn't it? I gave it to myself. I've been here for 22 years.
Wow.
So I started with Nicole and I started down here in the Levi section together.
Nicole.
Hi, my name's Nicole Dunn. I have been here for 22 years. I'm Peter's partner in crime. I mainly look after the Levi's here.
Oh, you must have started young.
Very, very young.
Yeah, I was 5.
7.
Well, I remember when I came for the job interview, it was like late 80s. My husband came to get work boots, and I remember walking here, and I just went, oh, that is disgusting. I actually thought it was, I really did. I was like, oh, and I actually went and sat outside and said, I can't go in that shop. And then when I came for the job, I didn't want it. I was like, oh, please, I don't want that job. And then I got it.
This is supposed to be about how Trims is a really nice place.
But that's the thing is then I loved it because it is such a
22 years
family.
later.
Yeah, but obviously, like, you know, it's such a family store, like best friends from working here. So, yeah, obviously I loved it because I haven't left.
And it sounds like, even though, you know, we're 22 years and you're so young, so there are a few yarns about what goes on, or at least used to go on. Come on, Nick, off you go.
Well, I suppose Friday afternoons was always like Kylie
Drinks.
Yeah, the drinks.
We had drinks. We were all issued on our counters a plate of assorted dips. We had a bottle of champagne
What, per counter?
per counter. And it was great because normally there's only Peter and I, so we could have a whole bottle of champagne to ourselves.
Which explains a story that I've heard about you.
Oh, the customer?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a customer, his name's Father Christmas, he came in every year, and once he's come in and said, it's the first time I've seen you sober. So he used to come Friday afternoon, so we were a bit giggly and running around when we used to serve him.
No, you didn't lock anybody in any cupboards or anything?
Not technically. Technically it wasn't a cupboard.
I'm getting a nod from the back here now, you know, not technically, so what did happen? We're on a dark secret here. Hello.
Well, there used to be a few staff members that would
Go missing.
for a
For a
little
little
while.
while?
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean they locked themselves in the cupboard?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're never going to get to the bottom of this, are we?
No. There was actually sometimes, Nicole, I would go missing for about half an hour or so because our toilets used to have bolts on the outside, and there was a man called Fred
Yeah.
that used to come back, and Nicole would be like, oh, Peter's gone for half an hour, he used to lock me in the toilet or Nicole in the toilet.
He'd forget.
And you'd forget, and you'd know,
You'd be
I
like,
haven't seen them for a while.
Better go find her. Unbolt the door and there she is, just waiting to get
Just
out.
waiting.
With the gumboots, all the gumboots stock used to hang in the
did too.
toilet. We used to have to go to the toilet and like bend down because we'd have all the stock around our heads.
Oh, okay.
Remember that?
We did too.
Yeah.
It's great to catch up with you both.
Yeah.
It's a
Thank
great
you.
story, isn't it? So, happy 75th birthday to all of you at Trims.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and 30th to us, or 28th.
Yes.
Well, gentlemen, the ownership is here, but if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, just speak down the barrel there. Your name, rank and serial number.
Russell Trim, I suppose I call myself MD of Trims.
Justin Trim, and I'm General Manager, so I look after all the stock, purchasing, warehousing, all the stuff that comes in and out of this business.
And that's a lot.
It's a fair bit, yeah. We probably deal with 200 brands, maybe 300 suppliers on any given month, so there's a lot of...
That's why he's got the job now, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Push it off to him, it's easy. I always seem to keep myself busy and all that these days.
But
And
you started at a time when there were probably thousands more lines. When you were a kid, when the twins were running it, your dad and his twin brother, what was happening?
Oh, well, many years ago we weren't quite like we are today, of course, but yeah, they're right. I mean, we were a different business, etc. Running in this side, King William Street, albeit not this size, but also we had a two-storey premises in the corner of Halifax Street, King William Street. We even sold second-hand cars out the back of that and had a hire department, etc. And we had our fingers into everything, I think, and whatever. And I can go back many years ago where we were around in the old Solomon's carpet site in Goodger Street, which is no longer there, of course. And when I was a very young kid, we used to import antique furniture out of England and that. And I remember going in there and seeing this 200-metre wall of old muskets and that, which I'd like to have today because I think that'd be worth a fair bit of money. But so we dabbled in antiques.
Now, is that where the famous coat of armour came in?
The coat of armour, the suit of armour wasn't actually an antique, it was a replica, but it was a certain type of replica that was actually had some value. It was worth $30,000 or $40,000, so it was worth a fair bit of money. It wasn't a genuine one, but they'd made it and it was quite expensive. And I can tell you a quick story about that, but we had an issue, and it used to give me the gripes a bit. It was my father's pet of the business, and I used to try and always put it in a window, and it was just difficult. I thought, one day just get rid of it, for God's sake. And one day I had the police ring me and the alarm had gone off, so I came up to the shop and someone got me out 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and looking across the road and the suit of armour's gone out the window, and I thought, oh, yeah, fantastic insurance claim here. And I got rid of the pain. I got in the car and I was quite smiling and thinking, he said, look, no, don't worry, it's okay. I thought, my heart dropped to my toes, I think. I said, what are you talking about? Now, the bloke broke the window, then he decided to put the upper part on, put his the helmet on top of his head and his arms under his arms, and walked around the corner into Carrington Street. Unfortunately, he wasn't that smart, but he walked straight into a couple of detectives, and they thought this wasn't quite the norm of the streets of Adelaide. And he had a bit of blood on himself too, because he cut himself, so we got the suit of armour back, which was annoyed me a bit. But there we are. Anyway, we actually then did sell it to someone in New York.
Really?
Got paid for it, thank goodness. Then it got lost in transit, so it's probably sitting. I'll be careful what I say. It's probably sitting in someone's house at the present moment. So, but we did get our money for it, so that was something. But,
now, I mean, naturally, when you're celebrating 75 years, you look back. But a young fella like you, you're probably looking forward all the time, because this is not the end of an era. This is the beginning of the 21st century era for you.
No, exactly. It's changed a lot. 20 years since I first started, so retail changes every day, every week at the moment. So we're always looking for something new. You know, whether it's next week, next season, next year. Yeah, because you have to have something different all the time to stand out.
We're delighted from 5AA's side of things to say happy 75th anniversary. You're 75 years young.